The Struggling Artist Record Club is a vinyl record subscription service where I hunt and curate the best punk and punk-adjacent music out there and mail their record to your door each and every month. Imagine finding your new favorite band from across the country without ever having to leave the house. It doesn't get much better than that. The excitement of discovering new music just got that much easier. As a member of the Struggling Artist Record Club, you are going to receive some of the best music you've ever heard from bands you may never even heard of. Whether you've been collecting records for years or just starting out, the Struggling Artist Record Club is designed specifically for you. And right now, all new members get a Struggling Artist Record Club exclusive along with the monthly selection. So head to StrugglingArtistRecordClub.com, pick a membership, and start building that collection today.
You're listening to the Struggling Artist Podcast.
People need to be entertained. They need the distraction.
With your host, Trev Allen.
I wish to God that somebody would do something to block out the voices in my head for 5 minutes.
Hello, everybody. If you haven't been able to pick up on it yet, we're quite busy over here at the Struggling Artist Podcast. And a few months ago, I had a chance to sit down with Kenzie and Zach of the Boston hardcore band No Chain. And it's just now getting to release. Many reasons why, but I do apologize to them for not having it out sooner. But hey, this was a good conversation, and here it is. And you should go check them out if you haven't. And stick around to the end of the episode to hear a song from them. This is episode 354 of the Struggling Artist Podcast. Struggling with No Chain. I had a chance to see you guys at the Loser Circle Tunes for Tots show.
Yep.
And and I had I'd known about you prior because I put the little that little clip thing together that he was promoting for the show.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I heard you was when I was getting that. I'm like, oh, I need to hear all this. So that show was that's my favorite show of the year.
Oh, it's always
I go every year.
I usually go every one.
Yeah. And it's just it's just a lot of fun. Kenzie, I got to ask you, were you on the floor the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you do that at all shows?
Occasionally I'll stay on the stage, but I don't know. It's better. It's less awkward for me sometimes to not, because looking down at everyone almost freaks me out more. Being on a level with them tends to be better. The other time we played at the Midway, I was on the stage the whole time. It's also I don't know, everything's so close together. I feel like I can only move so much. And then I also start thinking I'm going to kick a fucking monitor or something.
Right on.
So yeah, I was on the floor the whole time for that one.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Thanks.
You're just down in it with everybody. I was like, all right. I see what this band is about, Tell me, when did you guys start? When did No Chain become a thing?
June 2023.
Yeah, that's when it kind of started. I was not involved at that point.
That's when me and Tim kind of playing. Our drummer Tim, me and him have been playing in bands together for years and years now. We just started jamming some ignorant songs, and and then our first show we played was June 2024.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's when the EP came out, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we were trying to push it to be out before our first show, at least.
Yeah. Zach, are you in another band too?
I'm in a few other bands.
Yeah.
Are you in Mercy Ruin?
I am.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
Blake
oh,
on.
wow. Yeah. I had
Yeah.
Blake on. Yeah.
Yeah, I play in Mercy Ruin. I play in a band called Fool's Gold, and I fill in with a bunch of other people's bands and shit too. Like next month, I'm going on tour with Final Gasp for a month playing guitar.
Oh, right on.
That'll
Right
be
on.
cool.
Yeah.
I keep myself very busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. Kenzie, what about you? Have you been in bands before?
No, not at all.
This is your first one? Yeah.
Nope, just have gone to shows regularly for a very, very long time. I never really saw myself doing it, but yeah, I don't know. Zach was like, "Hey, would you want to sing in this band that we've been like making music for?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah, why not?" So, first band for me, but it's been fun.
Yeah. What's the experience been? It's been a lot of fun, you said?
Yeah. Definitely like nerve-wracking starting to play shows and shit. I am like real socially anxious. So, you know, being in front of a bunch of people, terrifying. I've gotten past it a little bit, but like it was definitely terrifying to start. So
Yeah. So I get like social anxiety. I used to get it all the time. I used to have to like when I was in my 20s, like if I went out, I would have to like chew gum, kind of like focus on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would I would talk to people. But like I worked in the bar industry for forever. And the thing I don't know what, for me, the difference was like I was in control. You know what I mean? Like I was kind of like,
yeah,
so
I mean, I do hair for a living, so I have an insanely social job, and I'm like constantly like talking to people one-on-one and like meeting new people like every week. And it's just a very different, like I can like be really great in that scenario and then like if I'm like out in the world, it's different.
Yeah. So what about with being on stage? Is it different then too, or can you apply like the same skills? You know what I mean?
I mean, it's just kind of gotten more comfortable as time has gone on, honestly. And also like when I feel good about like if we've like been practicing recently and shit, like I also feel a lot more comfortable. Honestly, like I felt super comfortable going into like the Tunes for Tots show because like there were so many. I knew like I was gonna know so much of the room and like some people I've known for like a million years. Like I've known Jamie since I was like 17. So like you know, these are all people I've known for a super long time and I've been friends with for a long time. So I was like, okay, it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
That was also like one of the better sets we've ever played.
Oh yeah,
too.
we played
like,
really.
We sounded good and like it seemed like people had a good time and enjoyed it. So
some people were dancing.
It was cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys sounded great. I had a blast at that show. Like I said, and it's always cool because I think Jamie always tries to get different bands to be
for
in
sure,
it. You know? Yeah. So like I was cool. And whenever I get a chance to check out a new local band, I get excited. Like I ride hard for the local music stuff, you know.
For sure.
I mean? So, you know, but
you gotta honestly.
Yeah. So let me ask you for never singing before, and then you get on stage, you do it now. What does it do for you internally? Like, is there any kind of release for you, or is it like, you know what I mean? Yeah,
definitely. I definitely feel like I get some frustrations out. Obviously, I'm fucking yelling, so I definitely can like kind of vent some of that energy out, which is nice. And honestly, it is pretty fun once I'm like, as long as I'm not like, oh shit, like, oh no. One of the last shows we played was like a super last minute thing, and it was in January, and we hadn't practiced or played since the Tunes for Tots show in, what was that, December? Early December. Yeah. So we hadn't practiced or played in like over a month, and I was like, yeah, this is not going to be the best. I still had fun with it, but like I was just like, yeah, this is just not going to be the best set. I literally was like, nope, I'm just forgetting words to songs that I wrote. This is fine. But it was fine. It was still fun, but like
we're doing a favor for a friend. Like,
yeah, it's cool.
Last minute bill.
Yeah. I would. Yeah, my thing would be like, what if I forget something? Like,
Oh yeah, it's definitely a fear.
No doubt. Zach, what made you want to start this band, another band?
I mean, I've been playing in bands and shit for basically my entire fucking life, but the pandemic kind of put a big like kibosh on anything I was doing at that time, and I was also kind of stuck in like a toxic like workplace situation.
Yeah.
And when I was finally kind of out of that, I was like, okay, like, I wanted to make a band that I wanted to hear, you know, like I just wanted to do something a little different, I suppose, and like take influence from like the hardcore that I loved when I was like a teenager or like early 20s, etc. Like fucking Integrity and Weekend Nachos and Curse, The Swarm, fucking a million other things. Basically anything Chris Callahan related. A lot of people haven't picked this off, but I'm gonna put it in record for the world to know. The song "Who Do You Know" on our demo
is not ours. It's a cover.
It's a cover.
Yeah, I saw that.
And everyone assumes it's ours, but like I'm fine with that.
Only one person has ever picked it out. So I just wanted to put that in the world. So whoever listens to this, go listen to Left for Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, I actually saw that today. I was just reading like the little extras at the bottom, and
it's just a song
cover,
and I thought it would be funny to put it on the demo.
Yeah,
but yeah, I just wanted to hear a flavor of hardcore that I wanted to hear, I suppose. And,
no doubt.
It's been cool. People have been digging it, and we've gotten cool opportunities. Like we went and played in Montreal last month.
Nice.
Which was fucking awesome.
That was fun. That was really fun.
Unfortunately, we had to drop like 2 really cool shows like the following couple weeks because I had to have emergency hernia surgery.
Yeah, that's cool.
Man.
Yeah, like we were supposed to play with fucking Skeptics and Vaccine in Haverhill, and it was, unfortunately, I was not up for it.
No, that doesn't sound like fun at all.
Yeah, we're hoping to get some shit going again this summer, and
yeah.
It's cool.
Cool. Well, are you feeling better now?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
All right. Good. Yeah.
It's been about a month since I had the surgery.
Yeah.
And my leg and sit, they fucking cut me open and shit. And like
it looks way less scary now.
Yeah. I'm healed up. I went back to work a couple weeks ago. Sitting around doing nothing for 2 weeks fucking sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like you want to keep busy all the time, right?
I don't know how to sit still very well. So I ate a lot of edibles. We'll put it that way. I ate a lot of edibles to keep me sedentary.
That's awesome. So, all right. So growing up, like, was it hardcore all the time for the both of you, or?
No. Growing up, I listened to a lot of punk. Definitely, like, punk got me into hardcore. But I also listened to a lot of other shit. Like, I listened to a lot of psychobilly. I was really into psychobilly when I was younger. I listened to a lot of rockabilly. But I've definitely loved hardcore for a long time. I think I was like 14 and I saw Bane, and that was kind of like, oh, this is fucking cool. So that kind of did it for me as far as hardcore goes. But
I grew up listening to a lot of, like, I was a metal kid. Like, my dad kind of really informed a lot of my music tastes. And he was like a metal guy in the 80s. And like, Kiss is my favorite band. I'm a fucking diehard Kiss fan.
Yeah.
Kiss Army.
I am a member of Kiss Army. Frontline Street Soldier. But then, like, I kind of found punk, like, on my own through, like, Green Day and fucking AFI. AFI was probably my biggest introduction into, like, good, cool punk, I suppose. Because that's how I found, like, the Misfits and fucking, like, the Nerve Agents, even Tiger Army, like, and then, yeah, I don't know. I found, like, hardcore probably when I was, like, 17, 18. My friend, I want to say Converge was probably the band that got me into hardcore.
Right on.
Like, modern day hardcore. Converge and Trash Talk. Trash Talk was the shit. I miss that fucking band. But, I don't know. I kind of just discovered the, like, DIY scene. I'm from Jersey originally. I'm from New Jersey.
Okay. Okay.
And me and my friends just kind of, like, happened upon the, like, New Brunswick, like, basement show scene. RTF Records, like, all the fucking good classic shit from New Jersey in the 2010s. Yeah. And then here we are now.
Right on.
I played in, like, a bunch of different bands back in Jersey. I was in a band called Old Wounds for a long time. That was, like, that's probably how I made every single friendship I have, and every person I know.
Yeah.
We toured a good amount and did a bunch of shit. So it's been fun. It's been a journey.
So when you started playing music, like, what got you into playing? Like, what was your inspiration to want to play music? And then when did you decide, oh, this is, like, what I want to do? This is it. Like, this is what's helping me, or, you know, or doing that thing that we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what you do creatively, like, it does this thing to us, and we all can share that experience regardless of what the platform is. So what age was that for you?
I'm pretty fortunate for the fact that, like, I grew up in, like, a musical household. Like, none of my family were musicians, but, like, my dad loved music. So, like, I think I was 4 when I first heard Kiss. And I saw Ace Frehley, and I was like, that's what I want. Like, I want to be like that guy. Like, he's, you know, Ace isn't the greatest fucking guitar player on earth, but, like, he made it look cool. And that, I think, is more influential than, like, you know, the noodly fucking Steve Vai, Joe Satriani bullshit. Like,
yeah, well, especially when you're little.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they look like fucking superheroes to me.
Yeah.
But I
dressed like superheroes.
I started playing guitar when I was 7.
Okay. Yep.
So I've been playing for 25 years.
Yeah.
I'm 32.
I was like, did you do that math right? Yeah.
Look at me.
Good job.
These numbers.
Hey, Kenzie, what? Oh, sorry.
No, I won't say anything important.
Kenzie, what about for you? Like listening to music and like being able to, like, be part of it now. You know what I mean? Like how does that?
Yeah, I don't know. I just, like, it's funny because, like, my mom was never, like, really, like, a big music person. My sister and I always were, though. And honestly, I will give my sister credit. I don't give her credit for much, but she actually was kind of what got me into punk. You know, aside from, like, Green Day and fucking Blink-182 and shit like that was, like, on MTV, so, like, that was influential. But, like, I don't know, like, she got me into, like, Rancid and the Misfits, and, like, my first CD I had was, like, that was a punk CD. It was, like, Dropkick Murphys, Do or Die. And, like, I don't know, I've just always been, like, into that in a very big way, and it just always was cool to me, and, like, I started going to shows, and then I just wanted to keep going to shows. And then, I don't know, like, most friends I have are people I've met, like, from going to shows for forever. Like, almost everyone I'm, like, friends with at this point in my life are people I met at shows. Like, people are like, oh, did you go to school together? I'm like, nope. we're into the same shitty music.
Yeah. Now, are you from the area?
I'm from Massachusetts, at least. I'm, like, from more, like, kind of western/central-ish Mass, but, like, I'm from Massachusetts.
Like Worcester or further? Or?
Further.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah. I live in Whitensville, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
Like
you probably don't.
Blackstone Valley.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I didn't hear about, I lived in Worcester for 5 years and I didn't hear of Whitensville until, like, I got there. So.
I mean, you're not saying the town you're from because he probably hasn't heard of it.
Well, yeah, a lot of people don't know my hometown, so I usually don't.
What's your hometown?
No, you gotta say it.
I grew up in a town called Holland.
Oh, yeah.
So that's like a hit or miss.
Yeah, that's out there. That's out there. Yeah. That's like almost Connecticut.
Well, yeah, so that's the thing I usually say to people. I'm like, if you, get off the Pike and go down 84, like the last place you're in before you enter Connecticut,
is Holland.
You're for a few seconds, you're like, you leave Sturbridge, you're in Holland, and then you're in Connecticut.
I've actually been to Holland. I helped a friend move to Holland once.
That's funny.
Yeah, beautiful house. She bought a beautiful house, and I was like, wow. So yeah, right on. So I'm from Rhode Island originally, and I moved up to Worcester in like 2011 and stuff. But like when I discovered like punk music, Boston punk music, like I'm like, oh, okay, like this is for me. You know what I mean? And kind of just like always listened to what was out here. Expanded through New England. There's a lot of good New England music.
Oh yeah.
Bands in Maine and Rhode Island, Connecticut, and New Hampshire. But yeah. So Zach, being in Jersey, like I don't know the geography of Jersey that well, but I do know there's some badass bands from New Jersey. where like any of these bands like kind of like in your ear at that time when you were there, like when you were younger?
Like any like band specifically, or just like?
Well, I mean,
shit.
Yeah, there is. There's a shit. I mean, what? Yeah, what? Like, I guess what would be local as far as the entire state? Like, what? You know what I mean?
As far as like what was important to me in that era, I'm just like, I guarantee a bunch of these people are never going to hear of any of these fucking bands. Not because they're not great, just because they would put out like a 7-inch or two and then broke up.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the Misfits, they're the greatest band to ever come from New Jersey. A band called Black Kites was really influential to me. They were amazing. Nasty, like dissonant hardcore. They didn't have a bass player. This dude Tom Schlatter, he's like a Jersey screamo legend. He was in You and I. He played in Thursday for like a quick second.
I was going to say, he was in Thursday.
He was a guitar player, and that dude's like a guitar icon to me. He's fucking amazing. Who else? Flesh Temple was really cool. Kind of like black metal punk. There's a dude from Jersey named Sean Madden who has been in basically every punk band I've liked from Jersey in the last 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
So big ups to Madden, because that dude has inspired me for many, many years. Also big ups to Pat Garrity at RTF Records. He's been holding it down for New Jersey in the like hardcore punk world for fucking 15 plus years now. Just putting on for younger bands always. And he still is, like, he's putting on for younger bands, and he's well into his 40s. He's a fucking dad. Shit, like, he's putting out bands for kids that are like in their early 20s, like just rolling with it, finding cool shit. But Suburban Scum is another band from New Jersey that was fucking really important for me. Ugly Parts, Razorheads, Troublemaker, Altar Boys. Altar Boys is an incredible fucking band. Yeah, so much shit. I could go on and on for another 3-4.
Yeah.
I'll spare you.
Is
like,
it now
also could list bands that like people know that were like from New Jersey that you thought were cool at different points?
At different points, but like what was crucial to me. Okay, so all right, yeah, I like the Gaslight Anthem.
Yeah.
Bouncing Souls.
I like the Bouncing Souls.
Yeah.
You saw My Chemical Romance.
I like.
When you
we're
were
not
like,
going to talk about that out loud.
When you were like 10 or something for their album release.
I don't publicly talk about the millennial emo music that I like.
What? So, like, from what brought you out to like Boston or this area, Massachusetts?
Speaking of millennials, that classic thing that millennials do, where they're dating somebody who lives in another city, and then you move there and you break up. But
I've had quite a few people on the podcast
Boston.
where that happened. Yeah.
I started coming here in like 2011, just like playing shows and shit, and I always liked it here, and I always kind of saw myself in New England, and yeah, I just stayed. I love it.
Right on.
I've made Boston my home.
Have you seen, is there like a lot of similarities between like the music community back home to, or the music community in New Jersey that you were part of and the music community here?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
It's hard to really say because, you know, the scene in New Jersey I was coming up in was much different like 15 years ago.
And obviously the scene here was different.
But I feel like now in 2025, Boston is definitely like the hub for hardcore in the States. It is one of the only places in the country that is really like holding true to what hardcore punk should be, which is, you know, doing it for yourself, doing it for your friends, fucking having fun, you know, not getting your Taco Bell fucking sponsorships, not fucking going on the Converse rubber tracks bullshit, like play shows with your friends and do it because you love it. Which I feel like is very much in the air in New Jersey right now.
Right now.
I'm a little out of touch, but just through like social media and like I still have a million friends back there. Like just what I see, it looks like the scene in New Jersey right now is thriving really well as well. You know, you have RTF Records and fucking bands like Bayway, Defy You, XL Bully, Ballistics, School Drugs. There's so many fucking great bands in Jersey right now. So, you know, yeah, I will say that they're fairly similar in the way that there's a lot of new life being breathed into it. There's a lot more younger bands coming around.
I feel like hardcore in general has kind of had a little bit of like a resuscitation.
For better or for worse.
Literally, honestly, yeah. A little both. Not that it really went anywhere, not that it really died, especially not here, honestly. But it definitely, a lot of like younger people have gotten into it, especially like there were a lot of people who got into it in the pandemic, which was like a really weird thing. And even honestly, it's kind of funny, like, you know, doing like the band Instagram and stuff, and like people will follow us and I'll be like, oh, who is this? And like there's so often that I'm like, wow, this person is so young. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. Like the youth like us. I love that show.
Hey, I'm 43 doing this podcast, and I get to say, I'm like, oh man, like these cats are so young. Like they, you know, I hear you there. Yeah, like I think right now, like you said, like it never left, but like I think there's definitely a calling for it right now. There's a lot of frustration in the world, and you know, and what better way to lead the armies with these anthems, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
I just feel like now more than ever, kids need a place to gather and like fucking blow off steam and have fun.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. And I mean,
it's
unfortunately, it's hard to do that in Boston because it's such an expensive fucking place, and there's not a lot of places left to play. You have O'Brien's and the Middle East. As far as like hardcore punk kind of shit, and I mean, the Middle East is like the last real rock club in Boston.
Well, especially that isn't Cambridge. Like, you know, greater Boston area. Yeah. But also like that isn't a fucking like Ticketmaster fucking venue, so
yeah, that shit's getting out of control.
It's gotten real fucking crazy. And also too, even like Bowery and stuff, like all those places are just like it's a lot. Yeah, yeah. All right, so let's talk about the music real quick. You guys put out No Chain 1 last year. Is it 5 songs? I'm trying to
think it's 4.
I think it might be 4.
4, yeah.
It's 5 minutes. The first show we ever played, our set was 7 minutes long. Yeah.
That's awesome, right? Yeah, that's good. In and out, and get to enjoy the rest of the show, right? Yeah.
You know, I keep talking about New Jersey, but I'm gonna shout out Pat Garrity one more time. When I was super young, there was something called the RTF message board, where Pat, who runs RTF Records, ran a fucking message board, and he would post reviews of like shows that happened. And the first time my old band played a show in New Brunswick, he like reviewed us, and he said that we played for too long. But I fucking, I took that shit to heart, and I was like, he's fucking right. He's fucking right. Nobody wants to see a heavy band play for longer than fucking 13 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, get in, get out, fucking...
Zach has pretty adamantly said that No Chain will probably never play a longer set than, 15 minutes.
Never.
Yeah.
We still don't actually even,
check my pulse.
have, 15 minutes of music at this point.
If No Chain ever plays for longer than 15 minutes, I'm dead.
Yeah. Right on. And then, so when you're first, did you have more songs than just those ones, or would you when you guys
Nope.
first started playing out?
Nope.
It was just that. That was the set. That was good.
That was all we had. We were
That's all right.
we
Throw a
were
little
really
banter
not
in there.
prepared.
You got to do the hardcore banter, right? You got to get up there and and talk a little bit, right? So
I don't think you did.
I don't know.
Hardly at all.
I feel like your set was longer than that.
I literally think I told you I needed you to speak more because I could not.
But fucking, who gives a shit? You got your demo, get up there, play some songs.
Yeah. It was also I don't know,
It's
there was
just
probably
punk rock. Fucking.
there was a lot of bands.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah, I think there was
Get moving on.
6 bands playing, so it was
At least 5.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like your set was a normal length that
We have since beefed it.
Yeah, it's longer now.
Oh yeah.
But I still think it's just shy of 15 typically. But I also speak a little bit more, so helps a little bit, but
Yeah. Right on. So all right, so in February of this year you guys dropped No Chain 2, right?
yep.
Another 5, well this is a 5-song, still awesome. It's you guys have a straight up no bullshit in your face just hardcore, which is what I like when it comes to this stuff, It's weird because I don't know, I love music. I'm not a musician. I can't sing. I can't do any of that stuff. But I love music, and I've always loved all genres. I've been my musical palette for what I enjoy. I could be listening to Let the Music Play by Shannon, and then Blood for Blood right after that. I don't that's just how I work, right?
Honestly, same.
Yeah, awesome. So but I just I know in recent years some of the newer hardcore bands that were coming out that I guess gained popularity, I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
I can't even think of the one that I'm trying to think of that it was just I don't know. I'm this is hardcore. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be the old guy saying this isn't music. It's music. And a lot of people Turnstile. I just don't get it. I didn't get it. I just didn't I don't understand it. Not that I don't understand it, but to me, it just wasn't what I expected it to be, I guess. So
no, that's so legit. And honestly too, we used to joke, he used to always say oh, you like old guy hardcore. Because I love Slapshot and Madball and shit that.
Yeah.
And there's a whole chunk of hardcore that he loves that I don't really give a fuck about. But I've come around to some of the newer shit, but also I feel a lot of there are quite a few bands that are doing more straightforward hardcore these days. Which I fucking love that shit. So but for a bit there was not really.
They're having a renaissance in hardcore right now, which I'm fucking here for. I love that shit. I love Mental, fucking Rival Mob, fucking No Tolerance, all that good shit. But no, just in general,
I guess there's just different. There's different sides of hardcore now. I don't know. I just didn't understand I was hey, it's not for me. That's cool. It's for a lot of people. A lot of people like that fucking band. So I'm but I was just I didn't.
The thing about Turnstile is they're legit dudes. Turnstile.
Oh, I'm sure.
Was a hardcore band. All of those dudes have been playing in hardcore bands for probably the last 20 years, and.
I feel
what they do now is not for hardcore kids. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of hardcore kids who enjoy it, but they were trying to do something bigger.
Yeah. and that's fine. That's how you get people.
It's also
that's how you.
Not my cup of tea, but like I give the respect where it's due. For sure.
For sure.
In their own.
Yeah, I never want to sound like I'm talking shit because I'm not.
No.
I'm from
New Jersey. I love talking shit. That's what we. But,
But
that's
so
something
I guess
that I love, especially about hardcore punk or hardcore punk, etc. Whatever. There's no box. You can kind of do whatever the fuck you want.
It's true.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I love a band like Integrity, because you can't put Integrity in a box. Like, sure, they are a hardcore band, but like, the influence of Integrity comes from so many different places. Like, one of Dwight Hellion's favorite bands is Funkadelic. And like, there's moments on some Integrity records that sound like fucking Maggot Brain. And then like, he's talking about fucking Jim Jones and like the Om Shinrikyo cult. I'm like, this is a hardcore band. And then you have a band like Full of Hell who incorporates fucking harsh noise. They started out as a pretty fucking straightforward, like, power violence-y hardcore band with harsh noise. And then they grew into this crazy fucking grind band that they are today. And I think both of those bands are really good examples of the fun you can have with this music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do whatever the fuck you want. As long as your intentions are right and you're doing it for yourself and you want to have fun, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found this band recently, and like the first track, I'm like, "Ooh, this is awesome. This is some like in your face hardcore." But then like it's like it wasn't, and I was like, "Whoa!" And it's because like there's like they have like I just like the whole like if you can like just pull from all these different influences, right? This band had like stoner metal with like doom metal mixed in with like, and then at some points the singer is singing and it's hardcore, but otherwise the other times it's like a grungy melodic. Like I like that. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't think everyone's it just make the music like you said that you want to make, and put it out. I mean, you can't get the Minutemen is the perfect example of that for when they were touring with all those hardcore bands in the 80s, and they're they have like these twangy guitars at times, you know what I mean? Like
the Minutemen and Poison Idea would play shows together regularly.
Yeah. So it's cool to see that kind of thing, and like it just but like in my own, like when I'm like, all right, let me hear, I want to I want to hear aggressive hardcore sometimes, and No Chain delivers. So
thank you. We tried.
That's all we want to go for. I just wanted to make music that would make people hurt each other. That's all. I want to see people throw things and punch their friends.
Yeah. Tell me about No Chain 2. Like were these songs you guys had in the tank already and you were just waiting to release them, or was this something that you guys kind of like wrote and put out there? Or
the first song on the demo, or the first song on 2 is we're kind of sitting on that for a little while, but then I just kind of like put some riffs together, and it just all kind of came together. I don't know. We probably came together in like a few months.
Yeah, and then honestly too, that shit, like all the like instruments got recorded back in like September, like early September, and then I don't think I did vocals on it until at least November. And then, I don't know, it was the holidays and everything just got all slow. Just, like, behind. So it took us a while to, like, actually get it together. But yeah, so we've had those songs for a minute. We've definitely been playing those songs for a little bit, too. And, like, but yeah, it just took us a hot second to, like, actually put it out.
Mm-hmm. What's the writing like for you guys? Are you writing all together, or?
I usually come to the table with like whole songs, basically, and then me and Tim, our drummer, will flesh them out together and be like, "Oh, we should cut this, we should add this, blah blah blah," and then we'll kind of approach the vocals.
Lyrics and shit.
Yeah. I mean, you do pretty much a bunch of it on your own, but then you'll be like...
And then I just make you, like...
You'll be like, help.
Give me feedback and shit. Because I don't know. And sometimes it's just like I'll just like write a bunch of like streams of consciousness. Like I had someone ask me like if I have ever like done poetry and if that's like how I've done writing or anything. I'm like, no, I just literally write out like streams of consciousness and then I kind of like work that into like segments for the song and like try to like figure out where it can fit really. But like, you know, yeah, and I usually will just be like, okay, this sounds stupid, right? Like, and then, you know, sometimes it's just like, oh, this word works better for that or whatever. But I usually make him give me feedback because I just like don't trust myself.
Yeah. You doubt yourself.
Yeah,
you doubt yourself.
literally.
Yeah. That's what artists do.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of self-loathing and doubt.
Yeah.
You know, then when I was trying to like actually write these songs, I'd be like, "This sucks," and everyone would be like, "No, it doesn't." I'd
Or
be
like, this
"No,
is cool as fuck. What do you mean?
Like I think my favorite song on the 2 thing we put out is what's it actually called?
I don't know which song.
Fucking Gorilla. I can't remember the name of the song, but when we were recording it, we were calling it Gorilla Biscuit because there's a part that kind of sounds like Gorilla Biscuits.
Kinda.
Yeah.
You know how many bands have ripped off fucking Gorilla Biscuits? Everyone. But I hated that fucking song until we recorded it, and then I was like, oh, this is actually really cool.
Well, I think you really liked it, and then you hated it really bad, and like you were like, I don't know, maybe we should just scrap this song, and all of us were like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's like the best song. Rumors.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to ask about that one. Okay. It's Rumors. It was Rumors. Yeah.
The one that has the Carly Simon sample at the end.
Yeah. That's a good tune. That's a good tune. I sit there and like, cause I write and I do a lot of stream of conscious writing, just about, for myself, you know what I mean? Like essays and stuff. And then I have to go back and I read some of it. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? But but like, I think that's a good exercise to do.
Yeah.
And then like you can pick stuff from it to make something bigger.
Right.
I don't know how to write a song. I've tried and I like, it's funny cause like I've gone to like spoken word events and done stuff and like, but I'm not a poet. Like I don't write, if I was to sit here and write a poem, like it would be the most like elementary thing you would ever hear, you know, like I feel like whenever I've tried to write a song, like lyrics to a song, like it's like the same thing. I'm like, it doesn't sound natural for me, you know?
Yeah.
So like I need to figure out how to work around that, I guess, you know? So, cause the whole goal is, I always said this with the podcast, once I figure out how to write a song, I'll end the podcast. Cause it's like, this is just my constant, like,
you're just trying to get tips from everybody, you know?
It's not that hard.
It really is when you don't hear the sounds. I don't hear the sounds in my head. Like it's just words and visuals.
If I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
I'm fucking brain dead.
Yeah. So, you know, that's been the running gag is like, I'll end the podcast once I write a song. Cause like, but yeah, like everyone's, you know, way of writing songs are all different.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
It's a pretty unique thing, you know? So
I just find a riff that I like and then I change it a little bit.
You just change. Yeah.
Yeah. I can make a whole playlist of songs I ripped off. Anyone who watches this wants to know, message me.
Yeah, this on 2, we definitely have Mind Eraser and Gorilla Biscuits.
Some No Tolerance.
Yep.
We covered part of a Fleetwood Mac song.
That's true. That's true. That is how 2 starts, actually, is, you know, just a riff from fucking
Rip Out the Swarm,
Machine.
Sex Prisoner.
Yeah, but I mean, everything's like you can hear like I hear melodies all the time that are like, oh, this is just like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It's not like, you know, you could like
it's all variations on a fucking theme.
Yeah, you know, it all goes. I always say it all goes back to Robert Johnson. That guy, he started it, and then everyone just pulled from him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah. So you guys have anything coming up, like releases or shows? Do you guys plan on touring at all at some point, or?
Maybe
like a weekender or something.
Probably a weekender.
Yeah.
I have no intention of our take. Jeez, I can't fucking talk. I don't think this band would be able to do a month-long tour. We just have jobs and shit. And
yeah.
Granted, I'm about to go on tour for a month, but
yeah, but like I'm self-employed.
Yeah.
But no, we're playing. I think we're playing a show in Alston on April 17th.
House show.
Yeah, I think we're playing a house show in Alston.
Yeah.
If you're a cop, you didn't hear me say that, and I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen a flyer for it yet.
Yeah, we just have to do that. But we also did just confirm it recently, so.
I get it. Like life is difficult.
Yeah.
But that's really the only thing we have lined up. Me leaving for a month is kind of like putting shit on hold for a little bit. But our bass player Eric just had a fucking baby too.
Yeah.
So that's been.
His wife had a son about a month ago, so that also has been.
Yeah. My friend Daniel, who actually plays bass in Mercy Ruin, filled in with us when we played in Montreal.
Yeah.
Last month. He's gonna be playing next week with us too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, things are just a little slower right now, but like, it was never my intention with this band to be like, let's fucking go for it. Like, this is just kind of like let's just have fun and play some music.
Honestly, too, like Tim is a teacher. Tim would have a hard time taking time off unless it's like the summer for like a tour or something. And like Eric has a grown-up job. I don't know, and also a kid now,
and 2 crazy fucking dogs.
Yeah. It's a lot.
So yeah, we're just like, we're not really like looking to fucking hit the ground running necessarily.
Yeah.
Like I
just out there having fun playing shows,
and I'm too old for it. Like I spent my early 20s on tour, and my entire 20s basically on tour, and I just like, I don't want to do that again. I'd rather fill in with my friends' bands who like need help and like do shit like that. That's more fun for me. And then just kind of using my own creativity to please myself, I guess. Yeah. Because that's all, like I said earlier, that's all No Chain was just a way for me to fucking hear some music that I wanted to hear that I didn't really think anybody else was doing, which I still don't really think anyone is really doing the sound that No Chain does.
Which has changed quite a bit from how it originally was going to be.
Yeah, when me and Tim first started like jamming together for this project, it was much more grindy. I was listening to a lot of like Repulsion and Napalm Death, Dead in the Dirt, Weekend Nachos, and I mean we're still a fast band for sure, but we brought down the tempo a little bit, and at least on 2.
Yeah, 2
cleaned
especially.
It up a little bit too. Like the first demo is like nasty sounding. Not in a bad way, but I intentionally wanted it to sound kind of gross.
And even that was like less nasty sounding than like what you originally envisioned.
But 2 is much more like kind of to the point, I suppose. Even like tonally, sonically. Just wanted to like strip it back a little bit. I was very influenced by bands like Mind Eraser on this second one. Speaking of fucking, great Boston bands, Mind Eraser should be held way the fuck up there. That band's incredible.
So good.
Also funny that we're having the Boston hardcore discussion today when Albert Reel died.
SOS Control, R.I.P.
Fucking king.
Yeah. I just saw that actually.
I don't think we wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation today without him. So
yeah, that's true.
All respect.
Right. Is there for all right, so you have a show in April and it's going to be kind of, what about recording? Do you guys record yourselves, or do you record yourself, or do you
we go to Jason Tucker Audio. He's fantastic. So he's recorded both 1 and 2. Done
Jason's great job. He's in a bunch of bands.
Yeah,
he plays in Sadist, he plays in Cartridge, he plays in the Infinity Ring. he has a techno project that he does called Byproduct. He's a big techno head. He loves fucking electronic music. But no, Jason's great. If you need to record with your band, hit up Jason.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome.
He's so good.
Reasonably priced.
Yeah, very reasonably priced for the product you get. He is.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's a real one. I love you, Jason.
New music this year?
Maybe.
Hopefully.
We don't have anything else. Every show we play every song we know.
Yeah.
So maybe one of these days soon.
See, the thing is too is Zach is a lot better at like writing music if he has pressure to write it. So I feel like we just need to apply some pressure and be like, oh, we need new music for it to actually happen. But I think especially like with you going away on tour next month and stuff, like we're kind of at a standstill right now. But
yeah. And life's just been fucking busy. Like,
yeah, it's been a crazy
I had fucking
year.
surgery this month. Like,
yeah, you can really
shit's just been all kind of fucked
pick
up.
up a guitar.
No. So well, where can people find you guys on social media? Is there websites? Where can they get your music?
So we have music on Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp, pretty much everywhere you can hear music. And then we have Instagram, which is NoChain BHC. Is there an underscore?
I think there's an underscore.
Like I
think it's NoChain underscore BHC.
Maybe.
I'll put a link to it so that everyone will have it.
Yeah, it's fine. People will figure it out.
We're just a punk band. We're not fucking smart.
I don't know.
Oh, Zach Kenzie, thanks so much for coming on.
Dude, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for.
Yeah. When you guys get new music, come on back. We'll talk about
definitely.
it. All right, and that's the show. I want to thank Kenzie and Zach again for being today's guests on the Struggling Artist Podcast. In the show notes, follow the links to NoChain. I want to thank Chris Chavez, Jeff Bousquet, and Aria Rad for being producers of the Struggling Artist Podcast. Follow them on the Instagram. You got Aria at coffin_salesman, Jeff at JRB Image, and Chris at 716 The Sound. Thank you to Mark Lynn for being sponsors of the podcast over at State Line Records. If you wanna be a sponsor, hit me up. Trev at thestrugglingartistpodcast.com. We have packages and all that stuff. We're always looking for sponsors, and then we have different packages, like I said. And if you wanna be part of this thing, let me know. Trev at thestrugglingartistpodcast.com. Thank you to the band Losers Circle for always allowing us to use their song, The Great Illusion of Time, off their album Took Long Enough. You will always find a link on our website to their Bandcamp, or you could just go to Bandcamp, search Losers Circle, and pick up that album. It is an absolute banger, I tell you, that each and every week. People over at Patreon helping us out over there, thank you so much. If you want to become a patron, head over to patreon.com/podcasttsa. Check out our tiers, see what's going on over there. It is inexpensive. It's fairly it's an inexpensive Patreon. We might throw a new one in there that has to link up with the record club, but until we do, just hit us at the $5, $3, or $2 tier. It'll be great. You can be a free member too, and you'll just get the podcast through there, and some freebie stuff over there. So head over to patreon.com/podcasttsa. Thank you to everybody who listens to the podcast, reaches out, shares it with other folks, tells us how good we're doing, how bad we're doing, suggests guests, and all that jazz. Thank you so much. We are really, really. I mean, we're into our 5th year of the relaunch, I believe. Yeah, this is our 5th year of the relaunch, and things have. Things are getting growing quite a bit. Like I said in the beginning of this episode, and like this particular episode was recorded months ago, and we couldn't find a home for it until now. So thank you everybody for helping us grow the Struggling Artist Podcast community. It means a lot. All right, it's time to get out here with a song. Zach and Kenzie were kind enough to give us a song off of NoChain 2. The song is called Rumors. Until next week, take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you then.